I am a firm believer that rules are there to be remade. There is no one way to do life. And I do not have to follow a single rule. I do not have to follow a single path to achieve X in life. I'm saying this because today I want to teach you how to journal, because some of you genuinely do not know how to journal, where to start. And this is because when you go to some social platforms like Pinterest and you search the word journaling for beginners, you're gonna be met with all these aesthetics about journaling. And I want to differ from all that. Not to say that that is wrong, not to say that that is not a way to use when journaling, but I am teaching you to be in the spirit of your own authentic self. I want you to learn to do things in your own way. There is no single specific way that this life can only be done. There are so many other ways we can achieve and live this life. And today, I want to share with you my own way of journaling. And if you are a beginner, this is going to be an important and a very useful video for you. So buckle up, take up your pen and paper and listen attentively. Welcome to Miss on a Mission. If you are new here, my name is Rhoda and I talk about all things evolution, empowerment, inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. We embrace our authentic selves and we learn each and every day to master ourselves, discover ourselves, and work towards becoming the best versions of ourselves. So stick by, and if you've not subscribed, please, I would urge you to hit the subscription button and also like this video so that you can become part of this family. You are most welcome, and let's get straight into the video. If you Google the meaning of journaling, it's gonna give you all these explanation and these descriptions about what journaling is. The very simple way I put it personally is it's releasing, it's letting things out, it's decluttering, and in this case we are decluttering our mind. And when you are journaling, you could journal about anything. You could journal about your future self, you could journal about your emotions, mental health, that is. You could also journal about any emotions that you're going through. You could journal about anything basically, and there is no limit to what you can journal about. I have listened to some of the creators and they say that you need to have prompts, you need to have a question that you're answering when you are journaling. But I'd love to talk about it at a personal level, how I do it and why it has worked so far. I wish I could show you how I do it, but unfortunately I won't be able to do that. So I'm going to read some of the prompts, some of the prompts I have written in my journals, and I am going to guide you in the best way possible. To start with, it is up to you to decide whether you want to have different journals or you want to put everything in the same book. Personally, these are my journals. And I know somebody is already thinking she's extra. No, I don't believe I am extra. I only believe that through journaling, I learned how best I could do it and what worked for me, and that's why I have all these journals. This here is my dream journal. And what is my dream journal about? In this very book, I write about every dream that I have dreamt every single day. Yes. And it is very important for you because it helps you have a reference of whatever you dreamt about and whatever happened. It also helps you take note of which dreams are recurring and if they actually manifest in your real life. So every single day when I wake up, I take this book and write the dream that I have had for that specific day. This here is my last year's journal, and we're gonna talk about this in a couple of minutes, so I'll have to put it away. This here is my future self journal, and this is, I can't say it's my favorite, but it's like my best friend. This is the very girl that I tell that it's my future self journal, and it's also like a manifestation journal. The journal that I write the things that I will have achieved and I would love to manifest at a certain age. For example, at 27, I'm hoping to have ABCD, and I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3 steps in order to get closer to that goal. And so this is the girl that helps me do that. This here is my everyday bestie. In this journal, I write about everything. I write about the emotions I've had. I write about my day. I write about my thoughts. I write about everything that I have experienced for that very day. This is the girl that I use at the end of every single day. And yes, somebody asked me, you mean you journal every single day? Yes, I do, but sometimes, of course, I have nothing to talk about, so I skip. But most of the days I have something to say. This year, if you can see, this is the biggest one in terms of volume. It's larger than the rest of the journals, and this year is my content journal. What do I write in this book, you ask? I write about the ideas that I have and how best I can execute them, what I am planning to do for my content creation. Anything content creation goes into this body, and I love her so much. She has so much wisdom and knowledge that I have talked about, that I am yet to talk about, and she is the lady that helps me make these videos that you see every day. If I need to talk about anything and it needs proper planning, it goes into this book. Let's come back to this girl. This is my last year's. Before I start, let's clarify something. Last year, if you can remember, I have always talked about how much I didn't like journaling because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was supposed to write in my journal. And I did all this research, and everybody had their way of doing it. And I still couldn't find one way that really worked for me. And when I can tell you that I binged a lot on journaling, you can bet on me that I did. And nothing worked for me. I felt like I was boxed in this one way of doing it, and so it limited me to how much I would write or how I would write it, and I didn't like that. So one day I just decided, let me just do it the way I want and see what is gonna happen, and boom, that worked for me. And I'm gonna read some of the journals that I wrote in this journal. And it was my general journal. I could write about my social life, I could write about my depression, I could write about my anxiety, I could write about my friendships, I could write about the happy days, ugly days, I could write about my mental health, my mental well-being. Everything went here. It was a general book to declutter my mind, to reset myself, to release my thoughts. So let me pick a segment that I wrote and read it for you so that you can understand how I did it. And then we're going to read something else in my current journals so that you can understand how best you can improve your journaling with time and decide whether you want to do it this way or whether you want to do it this way. This is a very interesting one. I couldn't even remember that I wrote this, but I want to read it for you. I wrote, the funniest thing is that I did it, it was like a random scribble, because if you can see, it doesn't have a date or a day. It has nothing. I literally took my book and a pen and started writing. And this is what I wrote. Today, this entire week, I have been interacting with me, the I am. That's very deep. And some of the things I have discovered about the I am, myself, is she never really likes taking part in gossip. She always finds the good in everything, people, situations, etc. She treats everyone equally and with the same respect. Doesn't matter their intelligence, their social class. She always is so optimistic, even when the days are so dull. She blends in so well with anyone and everyone. Damn, she's such an incredible soul. I would love to amplify my I am to become an even better version of this, because this is really inspiring. Damn. From self, I love you so much and continue being you. I would have loved to know when I wrote this, but unfortunately it doesn't have a date or a day. But this is my last year's journal. And I don't know if I can read this, but I don't know if you can see this. These are my content planning segments. I can see I literally wrote a topic, and then I go down to break it into the possible parts that I can talk about, that I could talk about, the solutions that I want to give you guys. What is the impact that I want to give you guys? Is it an encouragement video? Is it an empowering video, etc? And then I go ahead and say, how better can I make this video from the previous one? Yes. So basically, I can't read everything in this book, but I think you've gotten an idea of what exactly journaling is. And this was a baby journaler, if there's a word like that. I had just started journaling seriously, and this is how I did it. And I even forgot to write the dates and the days as well. Come to this, the recent May, but one thing I'm going to tell you for sure is that you need a date. And this is going to enable you in future to know when the progress you've made, when you wrote that thing and you come back to refer to it and see how much growth you've had in yourself. It shows you exactly what month. For me, I don't care about the time really in the day, because are they really important? Personally, I find that an important information, and so I don't need to include it here. If you can see, I don't know if you can see, I only include the dates in my current journals. And maybe we can read a segment. Let me choose a segment that I have written in my everyday journal. So I want to be very vulnerable with you, and I want to read one segment, a very recent one, just to show you what journaling is. It is letting your emotions out. It is you deciding to talk to your journal instead of talking to your friends. It is the things that you'd normally tell your friends that you talk about in your journal. I'm not sure how you're gonna judge me, but I'm ready for whatever judgment you give me, and it's something that I just want to share with you so that you can see and understand what journaling exactly is, in case you didn't get it from my last year's journal. And I'm not gonna read the month that I wrote this, but it's very recent. It's actually very recent. You'd be shocked if you saw the dates and the month, most importantly the month, not even the date. But life goes on. And the segment goes, today's on a Saturday and I just lost the remaining money that I had. And can you imagine, I'm going to be sleeping on 3 ripe bananas. I'm not so hungry because I ate a quarter loaf some minutes before leaving mom's place. Honestly, this is absolutely terrific. The fact that losing cash leaves me paralyzed tells me that I need to make more money. I need to have a better financial strategy. Also, yes, and we leave it at that. I don't want to continue the entire thing because it's so long. But you see, that's exactly what I would tell a friend if I gave her a call, or if I visited her or I asked her to come over. That is the same words that I would use, that I would tell to her. And instead of me calling my friend to share this with her, I just come here, write this down, and just let those thoughts flow freely. And some people are going to tell you need prompts. Prompts are things like you ask a question, you ask yourself a question. What are you grateful for today? How was the day for you? How is your mental health? I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. Maybe somebody else feels like that is very necessary, and it's okay that they find that their own way that works for them. But personally, I take my book, a pen, and I just start writing without any limit, because I feel like when I have those prompts, I am limiting myself to to the thoughts I am having. The flow of my thoughts, it's going to be limited, and I don't like that, because this book is here for that reason. Some people are also going to write where they are writing their segments, and they're also going to include the time. For instance, somebody writes the today's date, which is 19th May 2024. What time? 9 p.m. Sunday, in my house, in my bed. I I don't need to write that, honestly. You don't need to. I don't feel like that's very necessary. And I'm not saying that everyone that says that this is what they do and this is what journaling is and includes of, I'm not bullshitting that. But I personally, I don't need that. So if you want to talk about gratitude, you can write something like, today I am grateful that I managed to buy myself dinner that I actually wanted to have. I ate a nice healthy dinner and exactly what I wanted to have, and I'm so grateful for it. You could write, I managed to go to work and had the most peaceful day. I am grateful for that. It's nothing complicated. It's basically your thoughts. That is what journaling is. And journaling is good for you, and especially if you cannot afford therapy. And also when you are able to afford therapy, journaling is still important and good for you. It is good for your mental health. It gives you clarity. It frees up space in your thoughts, in your mind. And you need to start journaling ASAP. The first times, and especially if you've tried before and it never worked and you never got into it, it's going to be the most an interesting thing that you will partake in. But with time, as you continue, you become better at it and you start even loving to do it. What I want to urge you though is that when you are starting, you're going to need to be consistent. So you won't feel like writing every single day, but I want you to start doing it. What are the times that you need to do it? I as well will tell you that you don't need to limit yourself to the timings, but it's good to write the first thing in the morning and also the last thing at night. For example, when you are about to sleep, not just about to sleep, few minutes before you sleep, let's say you sleep at 9 p.m. at 8:30 p.m. let everything be done. If you are a candle person, light up your candles, dim your lights, prepare the environment basically for your mind to be ready to release the thoughts. Get into the mood. Let the environment itself encourage you to journal. And then take your pen and a paper and let everything flow. Don't limit yourself. I want you to write until you feel like you're done writing. I don't want you to limit yourself and think, I have written 3 papers, OMG, it's getting crazy. I don't want you to overthink it. Let those words flow freely. That is what journaling is. In the morning when you wake up, before you do anything else, I want you, like for me, I have to pray first and then I take my journal. And the first journal that I take is my dream journal. And then I take this white journal because it's my everyday journal. And sometimes I have nothing to write in the morning, so I write in the evening, the end of the day. So you can do the same. Personally, when I pray, I have to read the Bible as well. And I pray. Once I'm done with that, you take your journal and just write. You can write about what you anticipate for the day. You can write what you wish to see happen for that day. The day is going to be an easy day. I claim the blessings that the Lord has for me. Today I feel so energetic. I'm so ready for this day. It feels like a very different kind of a Monday. I cannot wait to experience this day. I am so ready. Please God, may you surprise me in the best way possible today. And above everything, let your will be done. And poof, done. Some of you are, if you're so much into girly things, if you want to do, you can go ahead and do that, but I don't see the need to do that. So basically that is journaling. In case you still don't get it and you want me to do a video practically doing it, please do not hesitate. Go ahead and tell me. I still am going to make a video for you. And all the best in your journaling. I wish that each and every one of us starts journaling, because that's a very necessary part of everyone. And also somebody is gonna tell me they're scared that somebody is gonna come across the journal. If you live with other people, carry it wherever you go. If you don't find a safe place, you can hide it. Lucky for you if you're living alone, so please just do it. That's it for today, guys. Until the next video that I will be dropping soon, go out, be the best versions of yourselves. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and until the next one, see ya.